Hey everybody, this is a long belated update to my channel that I've been meaning to make, but have been unable to do so, mostly due to technical difficulties. As many of you are aware, I kind of haven't been making videos for quite a while. Just to put it short and bluntly, been physically and emotionally overwhelmed for a variety of reasons in the past few weeks, and I've recently been okay to record. It's just a matter of technical difficulties getting everything to run and edit properly on this new PC that I got just before I stopped actually recording things. Still have the old stuff and everything, it's just getting everything transferred over, and obviously new hardware, things work different, all that other stuff. Almost got everything running, but just not quite. A few more tests and everything like that. Runs much faster. Everything's much smoother. It doesn't take as long to render some of these videos now, which is a great thing, so that's going to save me some time. However, I do have a little bit of sad news. I unfortunately am making the decision to cancel LEGO Lord of the Rings. And the reason for this is, while this has happened in the past, it has been happening en masse lately. My LEGO Star Wars and LEGO Lord of the Rings videos have been getting hit with content IDs like crazy. Like, seriously, to the point where I'm getting 5 to 6 or more a day consistently. And it's a very real possibility that every single one of these videos will eventually be flagged for this. Now, people have informed me that, oh, the game developers aren't happy with some of the stuff like this, you can contact them. Well, my problem has nothing to do with the game developers themselves. I'm not getting hit with the content IDs from them. It's the fact that these games are obviously based on the movies, so they are merely licensed out. And the music is actually owned, obviously, by a separate entity, and it's from the movie, and it's not a game creation in and of itself. So that whole thing, doesn't apply in this situation. So basically, I have no way out. The good thing is that they're at least not full-blown copyright strikes, but having all these content IDs, at which point they number over 100, by the way, just to put things in perspective for some people who may have a few and is not worried, I do not like having that many potential black marks on my account. It makes me very uncomfortable, and I don't want it to get myself into trouble later because of it. And I kind of don't want to drive the knife in deeper. So I just want to play it on the mega safe side here. Now, that's not to say I may not continue and finish it in some capacity, like, say, I'm not opposed to, and this is not a guarantee, by the way, I'm not opposed to doing some live streams of the rest of the game. That is a possibility, and I may end up doing that. Obviously, I gotta get everything reworking again. I have a new capture card, which I bought several months ago, which I have yet to use because I was waiting for this PC to use it, and I was going to intend to use it for streaming. So, gotta work out some bugs with that first, but that definitely is a possibility, and I've kind of wanted to get into streaming a little bit. Like, I wouldn't be like hardcore, like doing it like several times a week kind of thing, but once every week or two kind of thing. So, I'm definitely open to that. Like I said, I just don't want all these, even though my account is technically in good standing, I don't want this to bite me in the butt later, and I don't want to push it, because I'm getting more and more and more of these every day, and it's a very distinct possibility that every one of those LEGO videos is going to be hit with it, and they number over 200. Possibly as high as 300. And that's a pretty nasty hit. And I just don't feel safe because I don't know. Well, it's not a black mark, an official black mark against my account now. I don't want it to be later either. So I just want to play it on the mega safe side on that. So for those who are looking forward to that, I do apologize greatly on that front. Pokemon will continue. I've kind of been apprehensive about that because while it's meant entirely in jest, that is turning into the worst Pokemon fanfiction ever. And I kind of knew that basically since like episode 2. Um, and when I started that LP, I had no idea what. I had an idea for jokes and references I was going to make, but I had no idea what kind of direction I was going to end up taking with that LP. And I just kind of had this silly idea and kind of really ran with it to the point where it kind of got out of hand. And while it's fun because I know I'm doing it just in jest, part of me wonders if I've taken it too far. So I've been kind of apprehensive about going back to it. I like to, but and I know people are going to say, well, don't care about what other people think. Well, considering this is a secondary source of income for me, well, it's not my primary source. I don't want to turn people off of me entirely and think I'm just some crazy bitch or something. Well, more so than I already am, that is. There are LPs planned for the future. Once I take care of Pokemon Gold, assuming I finish that, I probably will, because I'm a decent chunk through the game. I don't have any plans to put that next LP in as a replacement of Lego Star Wars. Lego Lord of the Rings, rather. My mistake. Because I want to be able to actually place my focus on it. And the other thing is, I'm slightly being a dick on purpose about it because I have actually received threats to do this particular game. Even though I had made the mental decision that nobody knows about, except for, save one person, that I had planned to do for quite some time. And I've just been kind of half trolling you guys about not announcing it or mentioning what it is, which I'm continuing to do now, obviously. Like I said, I've had plans to do it for months and months and months. I knew I was going to eventually do it anyway, but the amount of threats I have received, jokingly or not, are not funny. Okay? You should never try to bully somebody into playing a game that you want them to see played. Because even if you talk them into it, if their heart's not in it, it's not going to turn out well. It's just not. I've run into that problems with several of my LPs that have gone on too long, like Dragon Quest IX. It's like eventually you just get kind of bored with it and you just want it over. And I don't want that to happen with this game, so I want to be able to dedicate my full attention to it. But I'm not going to start it until people calm down and leave me alone about it. And you might be able to guess which game it is, by the way. But I'm not going to tell you if you're right or not. Because I just don't want to tell you. I want it to be somewhat of a surprise to everybody. And I have to, again, test some things and whatnot. And I have ideas for where I want to take that LP, but I need to fine tune them a little bit so it doesn't end up like another Pokemon Gold and everything like that. Depending on how things go, nothing may really happen definitively and back on a normal schedule until after MagFest, which is in the beginning of January. Simply because Christmas time, I work in retail, and with everything that's going on lately on top of it, it's a very rough time for me. It's just emotionally, physically debilitating. Obviously, you gotta get so much done more at work, and you have so many more people to help and everything like that, and it's just, the days, they feel like they get longer. I have to walk home in terrible weather, which really doesn't help either. It's cold, when I get home. I'm yawning in my chair here. I just don't have the physical energy to do anything. Like, I'm there, but it's just not in the cards to do things, and I don't want things to end up terrible because of it. I want to be able to be in the mood physically and emotionally to record, and I want to be my best for you guys and not just do things to get them over with. I want, I know my videos aren't the most like professional things in the world or anything like that, and I'm well aware of that. I mean, obviously there are people who are much better at recording and editing and than me, and I completely acknowledge that. But I want my videos to be at least of a decent quality. Um, and right now, I just feel like I can't do that for you guys, and I just don't want to churn out crap because in the direction I've taken some games or whatever, I've accidentally turned some people who were willing to give me a chance. I've accidentally turned them off, and I know I'm not going to please everybody, but I don't want to alienate other people too much, considering I don't have, you know, the most melodic voice to bring to the table, so I have to bring something else instead, or at least not suck as hard. Um, and like I said, I don't feel like I can do that right now in the state I'm in. It's getting better, and for those who have been worried about me, I mean, I appreciate it. This is nothing too serious, at least as far as you guys need to concern yourselves. Um, yeah, I decided to just I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go into too many details. If you've read my Twitter or Tumblr page, I have, while they're neither of which are the full story. Um, if you haven't already read those, if you want, you can to get more of an update for um, things that have been bothering me, and still continue to do so. But um, just so you guys know, I'm alive. I'm okay. Just not in the greatest of states or anything right now, and I do want to get back to making videos. But I just need to make sure I'm in the right frame of mind for it, both for my own health and for you guys' entertainment, because I LP for both reasons. I do it for myself and I do it for everybody else. And if I just do it to do it, I'm not pleasing anybody and I'm just wasting my time. And I don't mean that an entirely negative thing, but I just mean if I can please neither group, I just feel it's not the best use of my time at that current moment, I guess is a better way to put it. So, yeah, sorry to those of you who have been waiting. I'm still here. I plan to get back into it soon enough. So, thank you for your patience and understanding and your viewership and all that stuff. I mean, I do appreciate it. It's not the medicine that heals everything, but it certainly does help a little bit. But some things just take time, and this is kind of one of those things. So for all you people who've had words of encouragement, I appreciate it. I really do. Even if I can't show it as much. It really does warm my heart. Even just the tiniest bit. It is comforting. So I thank you all for that. So stay tuned for the eventual return and possible eventual live streams. Um, and hopefully I shall see you and you'll hear from me in a different video. Hopefully a Let's Play very soon. Thank you so much, guys.